Ooh, what's up, y'all? Okay, so I like to be beautiful and to look good and to show up like I got my shit together. But let me tell you, sometimes when you got your shit together, you don't always look like it. So, in order to make sure that I did what I wanted to do, which is show you guys kind of where I'm at in the process of setting up my 12-week year and how I'm using Chat GPT in real time, I just had to pull up how I look. Okay. It don't always got to be pretty. I mean, I'm always pretty, but you get the point. You get the point. You get the point. You get the point. Good morning. So, I've been jumping in. I finished reading 12-week year. I've decided to go with the Notion tracker that was the one that cost like 30 something dollars. And I have set up my goals and I've got some strategies, but I'm having a hard time just kind of picking out the exact tactics. And I was about to go back through the book and reread that chapter, which I can do, but there is technology that can help me. So I started going on Chat GPT and I was typing things up. And then I remembered, um, y'all probably want to see this. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of how far I've made it in my 12-week year. I mean, I ain't did shit yet. I'm just talking about like setting it up. And then I'm going to show you in real time. We can call this a work with me session. I don't even think I'm gonna edit this video. You're gonna have to fast forward it if I'm getting on your nerves. Uh, but I will show you how I'm going to try to use ChatGPT to help me finish this out because I want it to work. Now, if this is the business group, I've got a little bit of business stuff, I got a little bit of personal stuff, and I'm about to let y'all in on my business on what's going on with me. So I'm about to share my screen and let's get it. So here we are. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? So I've jumped into the 12-week master plan. Like I said, I chose the one by Montel B. It's really cute. It's not hard to set up. I watched the pre-video. And she actually did set it up a little bit different than she did in her video, but it's actually prettier. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. I'm starting this one here on January 26, 2024. That is the day we are in. And I put my goals. Now, when I was thinking about my goals, I was thinking, what goals that if I achieve it will kind of take care of itself? Okay. And some of my goals are, I want to host 3 more cohorts. And the way that cohorts get with the Shift Confidence coaching, and one of the ways to do that is being consistent on social media. And if I'm consistent on social media, and I'm getting new clients, I'm also going to grow my online community, bayfriends.com. So I put in here, if I get 200 members in bayfriends.com, that tells me a couple of things. I probably am having successful cohorts of 30 women or more, because those are how many lives I can change at any one time. Probably being really consistent on social media. So the strategies are kind of miniature goals in and of themselves. That's how I was thinking about it. So just putting y'all in my business, the top 3 that are gonna transform my life, right? Pareto's theory, is growing my online community to 200 members. And one of my strategy is post 30 yoga pose of the day videos. Those tend to go viral. They bring people into the yoga classes. They show people my personality. And I'm having a hard time showing up to do them because they take maybe 8 hours. A 1-minute video takes me about 8 hours to produce from start to finish. So that's my strategy 1. Strategy 2 is to build out a robust community resources. And I made that a strategy because, again, it's not just about getting new members, it's about keeping the members I have. And the way you keep the members are giving them great content. And then host weekly yoga classes online, because that helps me grow the community. If I'm posting 30 yoga pose of the day videos, then I'm also going to be the whole point is to get them to come to the yoga class and join the online community. That all happens promoted on podcasts and follow through with my social media strategy. So I'm looking at these strategies as like miniature goals. Number two is to get out of debt. I ain't about to put y'all in my business, but I liked credit cards. I like paying for things that way. And I looked up and realized my student debts and all of the other things. I just want to live a debt-free life, y'all. So it's managing my budget, increasing my income, learning about money, learning about money, learning about 401ks and Roths and 529s and employing my kids and tax breaks. I want to learn about money, increase my savings, and teach my children about money. My kids are getting older, and if my goal is to get out of debt, one of the things that's going to be helpful is to stop the people who helped me put myself in debt. So I'm teaching that 15-year-old and 11-year-old about that. Then moving on to goal three, y'all, a lot has changed for me in the last few months. I've gotten into the most beautiful relationship I've ever been in my life, and a bitch is overwhelmed. I've been single largely for over 7 years. I've never lived with a man since my divorce and never even considered it. And I'm dating someone who is amazing and who I think is worth it. And I struggle to break my routines. I'm struggling to want an amount of space that I think may not be as great. And also my daughter is living with me. We did 1 year on, 1 year off. So for the last year, she was with her dad, and I got really comfortable in being selfish and having all that free time and free extra money for myself. And I need to, and I want to better integrate and get comfortable with having so many new people in my space. Yes, I'm saying my kid is a new person in my space because she is not the same person as she was when she left a year ago. So one of my goals over this 12 weeks is to get comfortable with my beautiful and new life. I've been feeling really anxious about just making sure that I'm showing up for my business, showing up for my kids, showing up for myself, showing up for my friends, showing up for my relationship. So that is a big goal of mine, and my strategies are create my spaces and routines, since my space now is inhabited by another person. Intentional time with my babe, intentional time with my kids, intentional time with my friends, and focus on my health and wellness. And things like I've gone back to therapy. I, am joining Pilates and other things that make me feel healthy and well. So then I got down to the tactics, and I'm like, uh, what are my tactics? And that's where I am coming in to say, let's go to Chat GPT. Okay. So I went over to Chat GPT and I already started typing out the questions. But then I thought to make this video for you guys. So I said, I am reading 12-week year and I would like to successfully set myself up. I have developed my goals and the strategies. However, I am struggling to create the tactics in a way that will be beneficial to my goals and strategies. I would like you to act as my 12-week year coach and ask me powerful questions and work with me to develop the tactics so that I will be successful and impactful 12-week year. Please know me that you understand my rephrasing my request, and let's get started. All right, let's see. So that's what I said. All right, let's see. You are currently engaged in the 12-week year methodology and have already outlined your goals and strategies. However, you're finding it challenging to formulate effective tactics that align with these goals and strategies. You would like me to assist you with this process by acting as your coach for the 12-week plan. My role will involve asking insightful questions to help you refine and develop your tactics, ensuring that your upcoming 12 weeks are productive and successful. Let's begin this process. To start, could you share one of your main goals for the 12-week period? So, yes, that is exactly what I like. My three goals, or I'd say just one. My first goal is to grow my online community to 200 members. And that's for bayfriend.com. By the way, bayfriend.com is my second online community. The first one was called Tribe, and that one had over 2,000 members, but I just wanted a fresh start. So we sunset that one, and Bayfriend is coming up. .com. Okay. So I am going to try to answer some of these questions. I wasn't expecting this many. Okay, so current status is how many members does your community currently have? Understanding your starting point is a crucial measure to success. So I think right now, well, let me not think. Look at me putting y'all in the business. We're doing this together, right, squad? And I'm looking here, network settings, members, member list. So we currently have 34 members because we just launched this January 8th. So we just relaunched this particular platform. So 34 members and launched this platform 22 days ago. 26, 18 days ago. And then I'll just keep answering those questions. So, women who interested in wellness and self. Oh. It be reverent and okay, so I'm about to finish doing this. I'm gonna pause you guys because it might take me some time and come right back, okay? My screen sharing is paused. Okay, I'm back. I just had to think. And I didn't want to hold y'all hostage while I was thinking. So I started answering those questions and I was like, nah, 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 nah. Just because you asked me them questions don't mean that those are the right questions. Now, if I didn't have my strategies or a very clear idea, then I think these would have been great. But when you start asking me about my target audience and my value proposition, baby, I already know that shit. So if you don't, I suggest you get to it. But if you know about your business and you know kind of what it takes, obviously the strategies, then I think you are safe to skip. So you can see here, I started answering them. And then I was like, as I'm writing these answers, I think it was more important to tell you the strategy plan I plan on deploying, and we can go from there. So I put the same things that I got from my Notion. It did, as I was putting it in there, I said, oh, I could be more specific. So I went from post yoga pose of the day videos on Instagram and TikTok 3 times a week instead of just post videos. And so from that, I got this. So strategy 1, and it broke down some of the tactics, specific tactics that I can use. And now I can review these tactics, right? And see which ones feel like they would resonate. Remember, you don't just agree with things. You need to look at them, pay attention to them, and make sure they are going to make a difference for you. So strategy 1, I said post yoga pose of the day videos on Instagram and TikTok. So create a content calendar for your yoga pose of the day videos, plan the poses and themes in advance to ensure consistency. Cool. Now, when I'm looking at that, I'm like, that is smart. I have that. That is a tactic. And to quantify that, how much time am I going to spend? What days am I going to do those things? Cool. Encourage viewers interaction by asking followers to share their own version of their posts with challenges. I have a really great and high engagement, and what I would actually do is continue with the strategy that I do, which is the call to action is to have them say a certain word that sends them, links and things to sign up for the class. So I'm not going to follow that engagement tactic just because my page runs a little bit differently. Now, I think if you are a new page or had a hard time getting people to naturally want to share your shit or respond to your shit, perhaps, but that would be, in my mind, cheating because people naturally respond and interact with my stuff. Use these platforms to tease other content or events happening in your community, leading viewers to your website or membership platform. I said yes, and my call to action is always the same. Drop the word class to get a link, and then when they say the word class, it sends them the link to register for the next online yoga class, which also automatically puts them in a community. So I'm going to say, I'm going to skip on that one as well. Analytic tracking, regularly check for engagement and reach of your post to see what works best and adjust accordingly. So I think that is good. So for here, I would take planning and tracking. Those are really the two that I think are tactics that are not already built in how I've done it. And that's because I've already done this before, I've developed it, and it works. The problem is it's not working because I'm not working it. So I'll take 1 and 4 from this one. Build out robust community resources, define what resources you would be most valuable to your members. Yes. Regular updates. Yes. Member feedback. Yes. I'm with all of those sort of things. Absolutely. And strategy 3 was to host weekly yoga class online. Diverse offerings. No, I'm very adamant about being consistent and teaching the same thing, so I'm not going to do that. I say an interactive element, absolutely. I think with that, it's like making sure that we're reposting when people do posts, maybe doing like a class giveaway or something like that. And we have the idea of how we're going to promote that through the yoga pose of the day. So for this, I'm going to say no, but I did get the bright idea to say that my tactics can be filming, recording, setting up, doing the graphics, and just creating amazing ass classes. Cool. And then we've got 4 and 5. And we've got that follow-up content. And all of this looks good to me. And follow through. Get on our posting schedule, tracking and adjusting. So I'm actually not going to be dealing with tracking or adjusting. We've done this a lot. I know my business. I know what content produces well. I know the different things I'm looking for in each content. So I think with this one, the tactic is going to be creating the time. And I think, now that I'm finally in here, where we are is to track content that performed well and repost. If you post 5 times a day, baby, you can repost content every 3 to 4 months, really, because you get so many new people on the page. So I think it's setting up all of the different 6 content buckets that we have, deciding which team members are going to do what, deciding how we're going to get the content. And here's the really important piece for me, organizing the content. So that's what I'm going to do, as now that I got my juices going. Those are going to be my tactics for strategy 5. Okay, so now I have a better idea in my head by seeing what they said and seeing how that resonated with me, and getting inspired to how I'm going to tweak things to work for myself. So now that is the end of us, but this is how I have worked through to complete my 12-week year without fuss and stress, because I want to get it done and I want to be great and I want to lead by example and I want to show y'all what's possible. So this is what you're holding me to if you're watching this on our first round. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, you excuse me for being a bad bitch with minimal badness to me today. Get shit done. It doesn't even matter what it looks like. What matters is what it feels like. And I feel like a big business baddie. All right, y'all. See you at the next session. Bye.